Hi guys, today we are going to be making gold. It's really easy to do and it's super fun to do as well. To make your life a bit easier, I'm actually going to put this composition on my website. You can download it for free, swap out the text, the elements, do what you want with it. All you'll need to do is go down, hit subscribe, go to the link provided and just put in your email address. There's no charge, totally free. Right, that aside, let's get into it. First thing we need is a Fusion composition. So I'm in the media pool, right click and hit new Fusion composition. I'll just call it that actually. So I'm just going to drag that in, bring it to the front like that, right click on it and hit open in the Fusion page. So here we are in Fusion. The first thing we need is a background node. So I'm going to drag that in and connect it across like so. I'm going to change the name of this background node by clicking on it, hitting F2, and I'm going to call it gold. With that selected, come across to the right and change it from solid color to gradient like this. Now what I've done is I've actually put the colors for the gold in the document, and I'll put them in the description of the video. All you need to do is come across here, click here, and then Control V, paste that one in, create another create another triangle by clicking here, go back to the your document or wherever you've put this, come over here, click on that, right click, Control V to paste. Let's bring this last one up, go back to our document, double click, copy, bring across here, click, double click, Control V and paste. Now I don't like the look of that actually, so I'm just going to pull this one over here and create more of a look like this. Now we need that to go all the way across the screen, and there's a quick way to do that. If I hold the control key and click on this first one and then drag it, it actually just copies it. And I can do the same for the second, hold the control key, drag it, copies it, hold the control key again and copy it across like so. You get something that looks like this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to animate that. And how you do that is click on the gold again, and you see these lines here. They relate to the start and end points just here. So go right to the beginning, frame 0, and click a keyframe on start and end. Go through to say frame, actually we can go to frame 119. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this point here and just move it across like that, and take this point here and move it across like that so it flips. Now when you do that, if you go halfway through your animation, you get to here, it looks like that. We don't want that, so control middle mouse to zoom out just there. I'm just going to pull this out like so, so we have kind of a gold texture all the way through the animation. Right, now we need a fast noise texture, so come across to the toolbar. We're going to drag in a fast noise, clicking here we're going to put it in the window. Coming across to the right, increase the contrast so we can see what it looks like, and then take down the scale. We want it quite big on this. Go down to the bottom, actually make sure you're on the first frame. Go down to the bottom and increase the seeth rate, and then click on the angle button, click a keyframe. Click the arrow button here to go to the end, and on that angle what we need to do is change that to -90. Now when you play it through you kind of get this look. What we need to do is go back in and bring the contrast back down to something more like that. We can now connect that across to our gold like that. Ooh, meant to come in as a mask. Let's do that again. So pull this out, connect it like that, and it comes in as a mask. We know it's a mask because it's coming as a blue line. So what we'll do now is we'll come up here and we'll grab an ellipse and we'll connect that across like so. Go to our media out and just right click there. We get this. Actually, let's make it a bit easier to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in another background node, connect it across like so. Now that has come in as a foreground. We know that because it's green. So let's go down to this merge, right click and hit swap inputs. There we are. There's our gold disc. Come across to the ellipse even. Come across to the ellipse, and we don't want it as a solid, so come up to the right hand side and you see this button here that says solid. Just click that, and then what we can do, we can go up to the border width just here and do this, and it gives us more of a ring look, which is what we're after. So let's give it a bit of a glow and a bit of depth. So clicking on this gold here, first thing we're going to do is hit shift space bar. We're going to add a bevel. And you can see straight away it's done that, it's brought us in a bevel. Right, let's add a glow. So clicking on this bevel, shift space bar. We're going to add blue. See how that looks. Just increase the glow function there. Take down the glow size a little bit. Still a bit dark, so let's add another glow. Clicking on this glow, shift space bar. This time we're going to add a soft glow, which is that one there. There we are, that's done it. Now when you zoom in, you'll see that there's this like hazy edge there, and we don't want that, but it's an easy fix. All we need to do, so what we need to do is drag this out here to the mask input on the bevel, drag it again to the soft glow, and drag it again to the next soft glow like that, and there we are. It cleans that edge up, makes it look very cool. Now what we need to do is add a drop shadow. I'm going to come across this background node and just change it up a little bit, make it a little bit lighter so we can see that shadow. I'm going to click on this soft glow here, shift space bar, and hit DROP for drop shadow, and it's the one on the top like that. Just going to click on the drop shadow, come in a little bit, make the shadow strength down a little bit, and the drop distance down just a bit like that. Now in terms of creating gold, we're actually finished. However, what I did was I continued on to make a second part to this tutorial on how you can create cool animations with shapes and text and that. So if that interests you, give it a watch. You can also join me now on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll leave links to that below. See you in the next one.